Hi, and welcome to our first episode of our series, Sun City Realtors. I'm your host. My name is Tirso Galindo, but you can call me Mr. T. And today we're going to be interviewing one of my colleagues. We're going to ask him to introduce himself and what is a professional opinion about the real estate market here in the beautiful city of Paso, Texas. A little disclosure, both of us are born here and raised in El Paso, Texas. So we might gonna put a little bit of two languages together, English and Spanish, and all you Chicanos know it's called Spanglish. So if you get lost in translation, you're more than welcome to Google Translate. That way you can stay on top or know what we're talking about. Now, without further ado, here's Johnny Rodriguez. So, Johnny, how you doing today?
Hey, Tirso, doing well, man. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for coming up, and being part of this series.
Absolutely.
All right. So, we're shooting out with the first question. Introduce yourself.
Sure. So for those that don't know me, my name is John Rodriguez. I'm a realtor at Clear Realty as well. Been licensed for 7 years since 2015, going on 8. Initially, I was doing real estate as a part-time because I did have a full-time job, but since then I've transitioned full-time, and I love what I do. I love serving those people. I am from El Paso. I was born and raised in El Paso, attended Socorro High School, attended UTEP, got my bachelor's in criminal justice there. But I've been in real estate since. I do come from a law enforcement background. I am happily married, beautiful wife. She comes from a teaching background, although she just recently also got her loan mortgage originator's license.
Nice.
We got 3 beautiful daughters, and so now we're on a full venture, full steam ahead to serve the El Paso community in the real estate needs.
Wow, okay. So from Socorro, UTEP, Border Patrol, and real estate. Well, that was a pretty crazy career, You went all over the place, but it's great because now you expose yourself to a lot of different people, and you have a lot of different experience and background. And most of us as real estate agents come from different backgrounds. Some are teachers, some are just went straight into real estate, or the Border Patrol, military. It is a profession that anybody can do. It's not as hard, but you have to work for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, and it's a complete change, I guess, because you go from like law enforcement to, well, at least I did, right, into like a sales background, But nonetheless, you're still, no matter what, it's how you talk to people, how you deal with people, and it's just a people business. So sometimes we get a negative light as like, okay, you're a sales guy, like the pushy car salesman type of stuff that nobody really likes, But there's some great car salesmen out there that really have your best interest and are there for you, and that's kind of how I see my approach. It's all about service. It's not so much getting the transaction; it's just meeting people. Because in the long run, you make friends, and that's where it's at, the network and your sphere.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in that.
Well, that's great, man. Thanks for sharing that from me. Okay, so why did you become a realtor? Was it just like passion, or you just fell into it?
You know what? It was just passion. So, I mean, I don't have any, at the time at least, I didn't have any close family or friends or relatives or anything that were realtors or anything that I kind of looked into or told me about it. It's just me on my own reading about it, looking into it. I mean, I've always loved real estate, and primarily, I guess, like investing in real estate. And I know real estate in itself is one of the best vehicles to, create generational wealth and become wealthy. And it's not about being wealthy, but you set yourself up for freedom, and maybe generational wealth for your family. And so I looked into it, and that's what I've been doing. And sure enough, it's everything I've made it out to be, probably even then some or more. I like a lot the investing part in it too. So when I'm not doing real estate, it's helping people. I'm always reading up on real estate, investing, reading, podcasts, all that. So I really, really love it, and hence why I transitioned full time into it. I'm really confident in that, and I love what I do. I love waking up every day knowing that it's going to be a great day and get to do what I love, really. So
Yeah, and I think that's a key thing, because once you're a real estate agent, you have to take care of your client and customers, right? So if you become a real estate agent and you're not passionate about it, or at least like it or love it, then you're not going to be successful, and you're just going to do harm to your clients and customers. So that's great that you like that you're passionate about it. For some of us, we kind of fall into the real estate, but I'm in the same boat as you, the generational wealth, which means you can set up your family through generations. You don't have to worry. They might struggle with finances, and they'll be secured and safe for the long run. So that's great, man.
right, of course. And as you know, I mean, you don't really need a degree or anything like that. Just many billionaires, millionaires that have created successful businesses, not just in real estate, but without a degree. But real estate is one of those areas. So as long as you serve people and do them justice, it'll go well for you. So.
Yep. Honesty and integrity. That's what you
Exactly.
need, right?
Yeah, I keep going back to like that pushy salesman, but I think we've all been there, and
Yeah.
it's not to put a bad name on salesmen in general, much less car salesmen, but you kind of feel, you go see a dealership and that guy's pushy, pushy, pushy. You just feel like, what, this guy just needs to check, needs to commission. We could all use extra money, of course, but like this guy's really doesn't have the best interest for me. He just wants to get me into any car or this car just to get that paycheck. And I don't think anybody likes that. So, but it's a world of a difference. You walk in somewhere and somebody just gives you that. They're there for you. They're helpful, but they give you the liberty. They show you around. They take you to other cars. If the car that maybe you're looking for or is the best fit for your family is not there, they're willing to wait. They're willing to take you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Things like that. So that's a world of a difference. And what's going to happen later is you keep coming back to that guy. So.
Yeah. Nobody likes that pushy salesman.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that wasn't the case way back in the day. Way before, like I think after 2008 or early 2008, there was a lot of real estate agents who were the pushy salesmen, and they wouldn't take care of their clients and customers. They were worried about getting their paycheck, which is wrong, totally wrong, and it goes against our fiduciary duties and of course our code of ethics. But now, you're seeing a lot of real estate, just like Johnny Rodriguez here, that really takes care and looks for the best interest of the client without worrying about him getting a paycheck. He'll work. That's his motive, to help out the client, make sure he's satisfied, he or she are satisfied with the house, and just create that relationship, that bond that will last for years and years and years.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, that's what it's about, the relationship, because you could maybe be pushed to do something and then burn a client once or do something and then you get that deal and that's it. But then that's it.
Yeah.
And with this business, it's a referral business, so you treat them right, they keep coming back to you, they refer their friends, and that's what it's all about,
That's
networking
great, man.
and everything, of course.
That's very great. Sweet.
I appreciate the plug on being nice, but yeah, that's really what I'm about, and I'm sure all agents are about. It's just serving the people.
Yeah.
And definitely Cleary, our brokerage, it's what they push. Just serve people. That's it. Serve them, and like they say, faith, family first, and everything else will just follow.
That is true. Absolutely true. So, Johnny, your experience, right? What was the highest price home you sold and the lowest one? And is there any difference between them? Because some people think that the highest price home is the new ones, and the lowest price homes are the beat ups and the fixer uppers. And what is the difference? Like, what's the best?
No, okay. So I get so to answer your question, the highest price home that I've sold so far was $379. Traditional finance, because I had another one during COVID that it was $375 cash. Which is at the time that was a little different for me, knowing that somebody's coming in with cash offer. But those were the highest, $375, $379 so far. I do have an escrow right now, one that's going to be close to like $500,000, which is kind of absurd. It's a custom built home, beautiful home, but those will be the top ones. The lowest was 128. But as far as differences, I mean, not all homes that are 375 are brand new, and not all brand new homes are over 300. I mean, there are some, but you could get right now, even with a price increase in the past, in the recent market, you could get a brand new home in the low 200s, which is still very affordable here in El Paso. It's one of the most affordable markets in the nation. So, and yes, something 128 was not a fixer-upper or something out in the boonies or in some high crime area or anything like that. Not that El Paso's high crime, as you know, it's one of the safest cities in the world.
Of course.
Not that it's a shameless plug to El Paso, but facts are facts. But it was a nice, quaint home in El Paso, and it was a lady that's here single, and she loved the home. I last visited her about a couple months ago. She's now put wrought iron all around, which I was really impressed with that work. I actually asked for the wrought iron guy, and she loves it. She loves it, and she actually told me, what, I'm looking to maybe upgrade here soon. And she's single. She's not elderly, but on her own, but she loves it. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations on that $500,000. Hope it goes through, man. And wow, that's a good thing to hear, especially here in El Paso. But if you guys didn't catch that, he followed up with the client after he sold the house, and he keeps following up. So that's building relation, building a support for that client, and that's a key thing for you guys who want to expand your business and who wants to take care of the clients. That's the way to do. Just keep up with them, follow up with them, ask them how they're doing, and become friends with them. Become either the consultant.
Yeah, and that was a little bit tough because she came from, I guess, like a negative mindset towards agents, to realtors in general. Because I think in the past, for whatever reason, she didn't care to elaborate too much, but another realtor somewhere did her a disservice, according to her. Um, and so she had that sour taste in her mouth. So it was a tough sell for her. And she kept doing the whole process, even through other real estate professionals like the lender and title. She kept kind of bad mouthing, like, oh, you guys just want to get this quick close and things like that. And the appraiser's just going to want to appraise it just to get the sale done, things like that, right? But there's a couple of things I was able to remind her, hey, look, what you're saying doesn't quite make sense, because if that was the case, then I'm not having your best interest, and actually I'm fighting for you, things like that. So
Yeah.
what I was getting at was a little tough sale. She had that sour taste, and then I've been following up with her, and she's been extremely happy. So, I mean, that's just a testament as to how, I guess, if you do them a good service and you follow up with them, and it's not just me. I mean, just anybody that does that, I mean, people can see that difference, what we talked to just right before this. So
Right.
it's really rewarding when you see that. So, like you said, the key to anything, you don't have to be a salesman or a realtor. It's just follow up, right? And your family, just check in on them once in a while. How are you doing, this and that. That's all you need,
Okay.
Just be there for them.
So highest 275 as of right now.
375?
275. And,
Three.
Yep. And lowest 180, right?
128.
120. Wow, that's pretty great. I mean, that's what it is, right? That's you get to help all the clients, but then you'll get different prices, different home sales. As long as you help them out, sell a home, that's great. And now, because of his good services, he's closing out a $500,000 house, which is great.
And you know what, Tirso, to be honest, is, so first of all, I would say stay within your means, because sometimes you go, let's just say you get pre-qualified for $1 million home, well, that's great, but maybe that's not within your means, or that's not where you want to be, because maybe you have other ambitions, other goals, that you want to start a business, or you want to buy a brand new truck, or drive the latest, get a Ferrari, have the latest iPhone all the time, things like that are your vices, and that's fine. So maybe it's not in your best interest to buy that $1 million home, or whatever it is that you qualified for. You stay a little bit less, and that way you have extra money that you want to do what you want to do, travel, buy cars, things like that. So, and that's what it's all about. And to me, honestly, it's not so much the price of home. Obviously, the higher price, the better commission.
Right.
But it's, when I set my goals at the beginning of the year, it's not on sales volume, like I want to sell $10 million worth of real estate. I mean, if I do, great, but it's more like I want to serve 20 people. And if those 20 people are $100,000 homes, perfectly fine with me. If I reach my goal, I'm happy with that. Now, if those 20 people are $1 million homes all, well, then power to me, right? But it's more about helping people. I'd rather serve, let's say, 10 people at 100,000 than one person at $1 million.
Right.
Now, that's essentially 10 times the work for, I guess, the same amount of pay, but it's just more rewarding for me. And like I said, that drives me more, and it's just more fulfilling. I met 10 times the people, 10 times the opportunity, 10 times the friends. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way most people see it. So.
And I think that's the perfect mindset too. So that's the thing. Another thing. So, they qualify for higher house, or like you said, like they might qualify for $1 million house, but you still look out for the best interest. You don't want to get them broke the first payment you're gonna do for the house.
Yeah.
But so that's great. You make sure they also kept their realistic goals. Because if they would have saw that they're gonna approve for $1 million, they're gonna shoot. Let me get that $900,000 house.
Exactly.
But it's not like that. So that's
No, and we all know that, because especially when you're younger and you don't have a family, I mean, you don't account for that.
Yeah.
But know that chances are later on you might have kids, and kids are expensive sometimes,
Oh,
and
yes.
diapers and everything. So account for all that when you get in your home. Yes, you can always sell, resell, downgrade, upgrade, and of course I'll be there, and any other realtor will be there to help you. But I don't want you to maybe be living paycheck to paycheck because of your mortgage, and then you come to kind of resent the home, and you kind of resent everything. You end up resenting me because I put you in that situation, so to speak, even though that's not what I'm advising against. But so just be comfortable with your monthly payment is what I'm saying, and you'll love your home. And then you can always upgrade later or add to it, build a pool, whatever it is you need to do. But if you're comfortable, you're gonna love the whole situation. So don't be living paycheck to paycheck, because I've been there, and it's not good.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I
It's
think
not
we've
cool.
all been there for the most part. So.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, thanks, man.
Of course.
Before we go on with this amazing interview, I'd like to give a shout out to the managers and employees of Hotel Paso Del Norte for letting us use their amazing and super cool Blackjack cigar.
Hello everyone, this is John Rodriguez, Realtor at Clear Realty. I'm out here with my partner, Paso Galindo, Mr. T. We're here at Jack Cigar Lounge and Drinks in Paso Del Norte, right here in the downtown, the heart of El Paso, Texas. This is one of the hidden gems here inside one of the most luxurious hotels in El Paso, the Paso Del Norte. So thanks to Carla for giving us access to this great venue. It's a place that I personally didn't know existed, but just coming in and give me a little tour. So again, this is called Blackjack's. It's inside the Paso Del Norte Hotel. Got a nice little waiting area here. One thing I did notice is, I haven't done this, but you could scan this QR code, get this app, and this picture comes to life. I've been told that one of the concierge here is a historian that teaches at UTEP, so he knows a lot of the history in this place and around downtown, which of course, if you don't know, El Paso is a cross-border community that's rich in history, so I'm sure that has something to do with that history is going to explain. But look at this lounge, guys. Again, I did not know this existed. Look around, look at the decorations, how quiet, how nice it is. And of course, the showpiece of this place is the humidor here. Again, pardon me guys, I'm not a cigar smoker, but I do know friends that do smoke cigars, and I'd love to bring them here to see what they think of this. I mean, to me, this kind of blows my mind away. I don't know about brands, things like that, but I do see some Nicaraguan cigars here, some Dominican Republics, and I may or may not have seen some Cubans, I don't know, right? But you know, look at some of the brands out here, look at how the display here, I mean, just kind of blows my mind. And of course, you got sitting areas here, you got cigar cutters, you got some decor, everything here alluding to El Paso, to the history, Panchilla, Frida Kahlo, all that. So great spot that I did not know existed, and I'm sure many of you don't, but definitely come try this place out. It's right next to the Dome Bar as well, so grab yourself a drink, a cocktail, come in here, grab yourself a cigar, and just reduce some stress.
So, John, in your opinion, what is the best thing about El Paso?
Okay, the best thing about El Paso is you, Mr. T.
Thank
Quite honestly, no, it's the people. You know, I'm joking, but not joking. It's the people. It's the culture. I think we got a little bit of a mix of everything. I mean, mainly it's like a Latino culture and stuff, but there's a little bit of mix of everything else. And in that, you get great cuisine. There's a lot of restaurants here and a lot of bars too. You know, I think more so than other places I've seen, but I guess there's a reason for that, right? They remain open and stay open, and new ones coming in because of I guess people here like to go out and eat, have a good time, and I think for the most part, people here are pretty calm, pretty friendly. El Paso is also a border town, you know, but with that, it's one of the safest places and one of the best places to raise your kids in. Education's very good, and because of cross-border, there's a lot of cross-border business. So it's one of the best real estate markets, and I think Realtor.com said it's one of the number 2 recently. That's projected to be number 2 this year for growth in real estate. Part of that is because I said the cultures of people. It's very affordable, and investors, people just want to come either live here or invest in here because they know that other people will do. We also have Fort Bliss, of course, so there's a military base, and so that just adds to the growth here and the businesses and the people there. So,
yep, you know, and that's what I like about El Paso too. It's a diverse culture, even though it primarily is Hispanic culture, but there's a lot. You know, there's a lot of influences and chemistry and culture with everything else. You know, and we've been seeing a lot more now recently. But if you didn't know that we have German soldiers here, we have Korean soldiers here, and we have other type of soldiers. Like, there's a lot of different people from different places. There's German pubs, some places, and there is a Jamaican restaurant. I think I saw a Jamaican restaurant as well. We got Puerto Rican restaurants. We got all kinds of restaurants. So you're right. Our food is diverse, has our community and our culture, and it's and with that, it carries the fundamentals of family, you know, getting morals and principles in it.
of course, and you're absolutely right. I actually have met a couple soldiers
Yeah.
who were not from the country and are establishing, I guess they liked it here, they're establishing now some of their business, cuisine, stuff like that, so bringing some of that other cultural flavor, I guess, if you will, here to El Paso. and I know you before this you saw me take a call from one other agent there. I was asking him about commercial property because I have a military guy who's looking to set up a Caribbean restaurant, you know, and I believe
Oh.
he said that because he's done his research. There's only one other Caribbean restaurant that you can see here in the area, and so he's looking to set up
Mm-hmm.
a second one. He doesn't own that one. He's looking to set up one of his own, you know. But exactly that alludes to if or when he does, you know, now we have another Caribbean restaurant to experience that we wouldn't have otherwise, you know, or
Yeah,
other places in the country don't have.
that is true. I had a client when I was doing digital marketing consulting. Uh, she has a southern southern restaurant, like soul food, and oh my god, it's great. Now, if you haven't tried soul food, it's one of the best foods I think. It's amazing. It's just amazing. I was in Fort Jackson, South Carolina,
Okay.
and they have inside the base every Thursdays they have soul food carrying to us, right? And they got all kinds like pork skins, they got black eyed peas, mashed potatoes, gravy, all kinds of gravy, and it was just great. I always got stuff there when I go and visit to Fort Jackson, But but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different people in here in El Paso that people don't realize. You get the typical stereotype that if you think of El Paso, you think it's a Mexican city.
Hmm.
It's part of Mexico. Um, but it's not true. Even though we're the redhead stepchild of Texas,
Right. Yeah.
we're still 100% Texans here, and even the Californian people are starting to move over here because of our great market that we have. You know, but well, besides that opinion of El Paso that you think, right? What is your favorite restaurant? Where do you want to go?
You know what? That's hard to say because I guess depends. Kind of depends what I feel, but you know what? And this is a national brand, but like I love Whataburger, and I think Whataburger is
Who
like a Texas thing,
does?
right? Yeah. But as far as local restaurant, I mean, there's a lot, but things that come to the top of my head if you've never been on Lee Trevino, right after
Mhm.
Pelicano's a little restaurant called Mama's. It used to be Mama's Tamales, but it's been kind
Mhm.
of changed the name to just Mama's Mexican because I think the name was people would think oh it's just tamales, right? But
Right.
no, it's great Mexican food, and that's really it's everything there is like homemade from scratch, really really
Wow.
good. So I recommend that place. Um, Another thing what you're saying is I think like on the restaurant side is that we don't have just like average stuff. It's like we tend to have some of the nationally or state recognized restaurants. You know, we've got like Desert Oak Barbecue. You know,
Mhm.
I know Texas is known for its barbecue, but like you said, we're like the redheaded stepchild, so it's not El Paso. Yes, we are part of Texas, but it's not El Paso really known for barbecue. But we do have that and Skinny's and a couple other barbecue joints.
Mhm.
A few of them, not too many, but that are really like top notch, man. Like really, really good. That they're
Oh,
up on
wow.
par. So I know Desert Oak is one of them. They're expanding. They just got recognized being one of the top barbecue spots in the nation, top 50. Total Burger has been named the top 4 burger in Texas. You know, things like that. So we don't have just average places. We have to. Some of these spots are like some of the best, or nationally or state
Mhm.
recognized places. So that's a big plus there for us. Like I said, on that side.
Yeah, top notch, right?
Hmm.
Nice,
What's your
nice.
favorite restaurant?
Oh man, the house. I know my wife's
The
saying this,
house?
so I don't eat anywhere else in the house.
Oh, there you go.
No, no, but my favorite restaurant, man, it's
Or mom's
just
cooking, right? Can't beat mom's cooking.
mom's cooking. That is true. It will be Chico's Tacos.
Chico's. Oh, you know what? You know what? Yes, right. And I
Right?
think because I had out of state clients, friends, people, of course, then you've been there. And so Chico's Tacos, like you have to try it. And everybody says you have to try it. And some love it, some like, okay, it was okay. But I think no one's really said
Mhm.
horrible things per se, you know. But I know we kind of joke about it, but
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those spots that you have to try, right? And that's been featured on some of these, like the Food Network, things like that. So,
Yeah, and it's really well known because when I was in the military, people were coming into who have been here in Fort Bliss or live in El Paso, all know about Chico's Tacos. Like every single person who comes by here, they already tried Chico's Tacos, so they're very very popular. You know,
yeah,
they've been known across the country or across the world actually. So,
yeah. And you know what? I guess it's about the actual, the tacos of flautas, you know, the soupy
see,
flautas. But you know what? The beef stew burrito is really good, and the hot dog's really good too.
oh,
So it's
okay,
just, I guess if maybe the soupy tacos don't appeal to you, if you're new here, you try it out. I mean, try try the hot dog or try the beef stew burrito. Those are really good too, as far as I recommend.
Yeah, but be warned though, if you're not used to eating Mexican food or ingredients, just be warned.
I guess yeah, throw out that disclaimer, right?
Yes, yes, yes. All right, cool. Okay, John, so now we talk about a little bit, we glimpsed just a bit about the real estate market here in El Paso, right? So, in your professional opinion, what do you think? Where do you think the real estate market here in El Paso is going to go? Is it better? Is it to buy now? To wait? What is your opinion?
Oh man. Well, you know what? It's not a good market. So everybody that wants to buy here, just don't leave more for us. No, I'm joking. No, it's a great market. Like I kind of mentioned a little bit before, Realtor.com has a projected number 2 for growth. I mean, that tells you something. And it's always been like that. And for the most part, it's been a buyer's market. So as a buyer, you have that upper hand, and you're able to buy here. It's very affordable, even with recent price increases that affected the whole nation. Just inflation alone, everything costs more now. Your gallon of gas, your eggs, everything. Real estate included went up, but even with that being said, it's one of the most affordable markets. You could buy 2, 3 houses here with what you could buy one in Austin, New York, California, places like that. So, and these are, I mean, we're talking about brand new homes or very good quality homes, recently remodeled, brick homes, things like that. So it's a really strong market, in other words, and it's really great for investing too. So there's a lot of out of state investors that are buying here for investing purposes. So it's great, and I just see it. I mean, you see this; it keeps growing.
Yeah.
It keeps growing, keeps expanding. Seems like we're running out of room, but just new areas keep popping up. New builders keep building here. So I know, like not too long ago, D.R. Horton and Hakes Brothers, people who are out of Dallas, out of New Mexico, they're coming here to El Paso to build in the El Paso market. I mean, that tells you something, right? If it wasn't thriving, they wouldn't be building here. So.
Yeah, and I do see the new builders coming in. There's a lot of them. Like I knew the oldest ones, the Classic America, Carefree Homes, Tropicana Homes. I knew those, right? But yeah, like Icon. I've never seen Icon till a couple of years ago. Rise, Zaya Homes, Collier Homes. I think that's what you say.
Hmm.
And of course Edwards and Hicks Brothers. But yeah, there's a lot of people coming in and expansion too. Like I don't know if you remember, but down in Montana, it goes straight down to Montana, like to Red Sands.
Hmm.
All that was all desert. Like there was nothing. Right after the I think the jail that's over there,
Yeah, next
kind of the blocks down, everything was all desert. So there was nothing. Now it's just fully populated. A lot of new houses in Socorro, Clint, and maybe a year or so is going to reach Favens. It's probably going to build some in Favens as well.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because it reminded me, as far as Red Sands area, that's another great thing about El Paso is the weather. The weather
Oh yes.
and the terrain, I guess. We got mountains here. We're not, because of that, we're not prone to earthquakes, tornadoes, things like that. Um, of course, no hurricanes. We don't have a beach nearby, unfortunately, but that's a plus, the hurricanes. So weather here is great, and even yesterday, right now we're almost mid-January, and we're in the peak of winter season. I mean, yesterday was 64 something degrees. I'm outside with a t-shirt, perfect weather.
Yeah.
So it does get a little bit hot here in the summers, 110, 12. But on the plus side, it's kind of a dry heat. It's not that humid heat, so it's bearable. And of course, you're in your car with your AC, or you're in your home with your AC, you don't even feel it, right? But especially during spring times, fall times, I mean, it's like perfect weather, man. 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s. Just beautiful. And you got the mountains, so a lot of hiking, trailing activities. And I used to have like a side by side, Can-Am. So I know a lot of people that do that, quads, dirt bikes, all that stuff. This is perfect area, man. Like I said, so the weather is nice to ride, pretty much year round. And you got Red Sands, you got the wall in New Mexico. You got trails here to ride, because I know people from other places that have these vehicles, they shut them down because it's too cold to ride, or they gotta load them up in a trailer and drive half a mile an hour away to go ride. That's not the case here. So
Yeah.
that's a big plus there too.
Yeah, you do have all those activities, and I think it's very located in the right spot, because not only do we have all those activities in El Paso, but we got Ruidoso. If you're really a woods person, we have like an hour and a half. We have Cloudcroft. It has a lot of national parks, a lot of camping sites you can go to. And then I think 4 hours west we have Phoenix. 8 hours west we have California. So now if you really want to go see the beach and you're missing it, just drive 8 hours. You'll see the beach right over there. But it's really well centered around, surrounded by bigger cities. 8 hours, 9 hours east, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas. You know, so we're really, I think we're really good spot.
Yeah.
And it's the best Mexican food, man.
Yeah, and like I said, it's you got everything pretty much. You got everything, and we I guess don't have an ocean, but we're about 7 hours away. You know, if you go to even Puerto Peñasco, you know,
Yeah.
and having mentioned that, just you could just walk down to Juarez, and that in itself is another great world. You know, with the nightlife over there, the other stuff they got over there going on, the culture and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
excellent food, and it's also probably a little bit much cheaper just because of the way the economy is over there. But so man, you know.
Yep.
They got everything down there too. So just that, because that's a 5 minute drive away, or just walk across. You know.
Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. So, Johnny, tell us a memorable or funny moment that happened to you during your real estate career.
Okay. Well, I don't think I've had many funny things I guess happen, but I've had heard of some. I mean, of course, you hear that one where people walk into, and I've had this happen to friends of mine, colleagues, right? That people walk in and to show a house, a home, thinking it's unoccupied at the time, because they got the green light from the other realtor saying, "Go ahead, come on in." They walk in, and there's people dining there, and or somebody walking around in their underwear or something. You know, the homeowner's still there, things like that, right? And luckily, I haven't been caught in I guess, a hairy situation. Excuse the pun, you know. But one time, not that it was memorable in the sense that not a good situation to be put in. I had met some clients that I'm showing them for the first time I met them that day. They came as a referral. So I showed them, first time I meet them that day, showed them a couple homes. And the last one, we had gotten the confirmation to show the home from the realtor, right? And we show up, I'm about to open the door, and then I get the lockbox out of the key, and I'm about to open the spring door, and then all of a sudden the interior door just kind of opens up, and some guy like, "Hey, get out of here, get the F out of my house." And so I'm like, first time, like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
it has a for sale sign. I'm at the first time, like, I'm at the right house, and sure I am. And I'm like, "Excuse me, sir, I'm a realtor, John Rodriguez out of Clearview. I'm here to." No, absolutely not. Get the hell out of here. And I told you guys to pound sand. You guys keep coming around. And I'm sure he's alluding to other realtors, right? I'm like, "Sir, I'm just here to show the house. It's for sale." Like, no, get out of here. I'm not selling. And I'm like, "Oh, pardon me." So I go out and call the agent. The agent's not answering. I'm like, man, so I'm trying to, what's going on? Turns out that he's a tenant there. And, and sometimes tenants can be like
Yeah.
that. And I guess people were going around seeing that home a lot. And I don't know. He was upset about it, didn't want any more showings, and he's kicking us out. And meanwhile, this is happening. I'm kind of arguing with the guy, but I'm being I mean, this guy's yelling profanities at me and then
Yeah.
screaming on the top of his lungs, pretty much. And I'm here trying to keep it professional because I got my clients here who I just met, and I'm trying to calm the guy down, be professional. But then he's kind of insulting me, things like that. So um, turns out we weren't able to see the home, but when all that's happening, and I'm trying to keep it professional, trying to explain that I'm just showing, it'll be a quick showing, or we could come back later if he's having dinner or whatnot, and the agent's not answering me, I step away a little bit, and my client's like, "You know what, that's fine. I'm sorry about that. It happens, I guess." Like, no, don't worry about it. He goes, "You know what, we don't want to see it. We didn't really like the house. Once we saw it in person, we saw a little patio, we didn't really like it, so it's not even worth seeing the inside." So I guess, bad situation averted, kind of, but that's
Right.
kind of embarrassing, and it does happen sometimes. And I do understand that. I mean, tenants do have that, expectation of privacy. They're living there, and it could be a little burdensome having all those people come in, But that's, I guess, where you talk to them, and But like I said, it just took me by surprise because we had gotten the confirmation, got the green light, and I'm showing up, and I'm barely opening the door, and this guy, I respect. So just in case, I'm always knocking, make sure
Right.
nobody's there. And sometimes they are there, but of course, "Oh, yeah, I'm just here. I'm the realtor. I don't know if they told you." "Oh, yes, come on in."
So,
So
so that was a pro tip. Always make sure that it's vacant or
I
the
always
person
make
is
sure.
out.
Yeah. So like I said, I get the key and everything, but I still knock. And even when I
Yeah.
open the door, I say, "Hey, good morning, good afternoon, anybody here? Realtor here," or something, But
Right. Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
No, only because I heard far worse stories. You walk in and things
Oh.
going on, or people or something, and walk into somebody singing or whatnot. So yeah. So
Oh wow. That's funny.
I don't know
That's
if you've ever
actually
had
funny though.
anything like that or something worse happen to you. And I'm sure, just doing this long time, I'll run into something probably worse down
Right.
the line. Hopefully not, knock on wood, right? But
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be.
Yeah. No. Actually, nothing has happened to me like that yet. Thank God. And I always do the Showtime. You
Mhm.
schedule through Showtime, And even though sometimes in the remarks say just call listing agent, like I'll just do the showtime. That way, I'll hit both places. Make sure that I call them and I put a showtime request. He'll get it through text or email.
Of course, yeah. No,
Oh, that's cool.
it's the best thing to do.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, this has been an amazing experience for the both of us, and sadly, it's come to an end. Thank you, Johnny, for being here and for attending to this interview.
Of course, this was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I wish you much success this year. And with the podcast and everything you got going on now, I appreciate that. And you know what? Thanks for showing me this place. I did not know this place existed, even though I've been to the Paso. Okay, so this is located inside the Paso Del Norte Hotel, right? One of the most luxurious places in El Paso. And I'm sure everybody probably knows about it. Celebrities, when they come to El Paso to perform, things like that, business, they usually stay in this type of place. And I've been to the coffee shop. I've been across the street many times at the other bar and the Dome Bar right next door and everything, but I did not know this spot existed. I don't smoke. Maybe that's why. But I have friends that do. I'm going to reach out to them and see if they knew about this spot because I don't think they mentioned it. But this is a really nice spot, man. And I don't know if you're going to show the humidor or anything, but just looking at the stuff they have there, man, kind of makes me want to grab a smoke, to be honest. Maybe we should have done this in an interview smoking.
I know, right?
Thank you for showing me the spot, man. It's really, really nice. I'm definitely going to put it out because it's really nice.
Oh, and thank you for showing your knowledge and your experience. And if you guys are looking for a realtor, John Rodriguez will help assist you with any type of process, real estate questions you have. He's more than happy to assist you. I'll leave his information down in the comments for the details. That way you can get a hold of him. Well, thank you very much, and take care, guys. See you to the next one. Well, thank you guys for listening or watching our first episode of our series, Sun City Realtors. We're going to continue doing more interviews like this, showing other agents their personal opinions, their struggles, and what they think about the market, That way, give you, the audience, some advice, and those real estate agents who are listening to us or watching us get a little bit of tip of a seasoned or new agents. Thanks again. A big shout out to Carda for letting us borrow the Jack Cigar Lounge. It is a very amazing, high-end, luxurious lounge you want to come and visit whenever you're here in El Paso. And for you guys who are living in El Paso, there's a lot of hidden gems, okay? So this is not the only luxury place you can find or special place you can find. There's a lot more. So stay tuned. We'll show off more other locations as well. Thank you and have a great day.